Jim happily climbed into his hibernation pod, ready to sleep for 90 years. But as soon as he lay down, he sensed something was wrong. The pod was malfunctioning. He tried to open the door, but it was jammed. Finally, the door opened, and Jim decided to head to the command module to wake the captain. He tried with several tools, but he couldn't get the door open. Jim wanted to send a message to Earth, but the distance was immense. A message would take 19 years to reach Earth, and a reply would take another 36. In total, he would have to wait 55 years for an answer. Jim had to give up all hope of getting help. Dejected, he wandered the empty spaceship alone. Then he spotted a man. His heart raced. Perhaps he wasn't alone after all. But as he got closer, he realized the man was actually a robot. Jim was a mechanic with access limited to a standard cabin and a storage area. A year went by, and the loneliness began to overwhelm him. One day, he saw a beautiful woman asleep in her hibernation pod. He thought to himself, why not wake her up? The next day, using his toolkit, he deliberately short-circuited the woman's pod, and she awoke. They were the only two people awake on the entire ship, so they quickly grew close. On Anna's birthday, Jim had the robot waiter throw a party. Anna remarked that there were no secrets between them anymore. Hearing this, the robot, Arthur, assumed she knew everything. Just as Jim was about to propose with a ring, Arthur revealed the truth to Anna. Anna was devastated. Jim's selfish act had ruined her life. Now the ship itself was beginning to fail. Jim had to go outside to perform repairs. He manually opened the heat vent door, and Anna had to stay behind to endure the intense heat. At the critical moment, Anna pulled the handle to close the vent. Jim was thrown into space and his safety tether snapped. Anna managed to retrieve him with the broken tether, but he was lifeless. Using the captain's high-level access key, she activated all the first aid functions of the medical pod. Finally, Jim's life was saved. Now, only one empty hibernation pod remained on the ship. Jim decided he should be the one to go back to sleep. This time, Anna had a choice, but she chose to stay with Jim, and Jim finally proposed to Anna. 89 years later, the ship arrived at its destination, and all the passengers awoke. When they entered the central hall, they were stunned by the sight. It was the life Jim and Anna had built, having spent their entire lives together on the ship.